I talk a lot about planning out your day and strategy and blocks of time, and that's great. Having a schedule and having a plan is fantastic. But guess what? It's all gonna go to hell. It's all gonna fall apart. Everything falls apart, that's how it works. How you respond to everything falling apart, how you're able to pivot and adjust and keep that mentality, that'll determine the outcome all day, every single day. Schedule's important. More important than that is being that motherfucker when the time comes to pivot. I have been forgetting to daily vlog. I've done so much already today and I forgot to pick this camera up, but that's fine. Now what I'm gonna do, we just shot a bunch of content. Now the studio is kind of disorganized. So I am going to clean the studio real quick because Jordan should have a model getting here pretty soon. So a little time lapse of me cleaning the studio. I'm gonna put some music on and enjoy myself.
Talk about it. Can we talk about it? How good?
So you have to reverse engineer goals. The most important thing is having a goal. It's having a dream that you take serious enough to picture yourself actually doing that thing. Not just a dream. Picture yourself driving your car. Picture yourself living that life. Picture yourself managing a staff of the beautiful company that you've created. Now we have to reverse engineer it, right? If you want to lose 50 pounds, first, you need to lose 5 pounds. And if you want to lose 5 pounds, the first thing you need to do is figure out the action steps tomorrow that get you there. And I think that's the biggest thing, that it's taking your dream serious enough that you actually have to start reverse engineering it is kind of the most frightening part, but you have to do it.
This all for nothing. Nothing. You did this all for nothing. You're worthless. You're always trying to divert us. You're worthless. We all know you serve no purpose. You're worthless. We see deeper than the surface. You're worthless. You should be getting nervous. You're fucking worthless.
I told you guys I'd answer some questions. Today I've just been ripping. It's been a very busy day, and it's been a lot of producing content with this camera and not vlogging it. But let's get into some questions. Are you gonna come hear me sing at church tomorrow is my question, 10 a.m. Yes, Mom, I will come see you at church tomorrow. First question, starting out strong. It's from my mom. Mr. Blake, I know you've touched on this before, but I wonder if you can riff on getting back the day after it's seemingly gone to hell in a big way. Man, I feel like there's that point in time every single day where my day feels like I could let that moment spiral me and I could lose the day. That happens every day. It happens multiple times a day. And I think that you build up a tolerance to things. I mean, I get people that work for me or work with me for the first time. Around 10 a.m. they see something hit me and they're like, whoa, there goes the day. And it's like, nah, dude, we're gonna handle this and move on to the next thing. I think you build up a tolerance for those things, or you should. So it doesn't really, I don't lose days that often. Thank goodness. All right, here's a good one. Are tariffs affecting FNF? No. How many acres is FNF on? We are on 9.5. Are you enjoying daily vlogging? Am I enjoying this process? I'm no longer thinking about this process. So I think I'm on day 118 or 17. In the very beginning, I was thinking about it heavily. And then my workload started to ramp up and I started to get more and more stressed out about daily vlogging. I felt like every single video had to be like really, really good. And then my next phase was thinking to myself, like, why am I even doing this? My view count's not going up, subscribers aren't going up. Like, what's even the point? And now I'm on the other side of that where for some reason, I don't feel the stress of it anymore. I just do it as if it's part of my day. That's how you build habits. It's like I go to sleep every night. I work out every day. I work every day. It's just things that I do. So we're there now. And the biggest thing I appreciate is when I look back at my thumbnail titles, a lot of that stuff that I've done this year, like all the traveling, all the events, I forget that I've done them. So it is really, really cool having that aspect of my life documented. After a year, do you think you will continue vlogging? What are the deciding factors or motivators to continue? I don't know. That's something, if you ask me, it would be an emotional response. I do need help with it. A lot of people say like hire an editor, or hire someone to video, and I don't think anyone could keep up. Like I really don't. I'm doing it the absolute fastest way. Same thing. I edited 50 reels today. I don't know an editor that could get done 50 reels. Like they couldn't. And it's just because I know my personality. I know it all. So the rate that I put out or make content is so much faster than any videographer or editor I've ever worked with. So I don't think I could turn them the next day like that. So if I did continue, I'd need an editor or I'd need a videographer or something like that. And that might even happen this year, but I don't know. That would be at the end of the year. I'll have to look back and reflect on the year. Who is mentally stronger, you or Drew? Drew is definitely. Drew and I are pretty much exactly the same, but he doesn't have, Singerman says, the emotional artist. I have an emotional artist brain. So I work a lot based on passion, and I get really excited about things. Drew's a lot more rational and sticks to his guns. Okay, that's it for questions. Wait, let's do one more. I'm creating a brand. We're preparing to launch some products this summer. Working on the packaging at the moment. How that's evolved with F&F over the years. Any advice would be appreciated. The packaging at F&F has always been something that stood out to me. So the packaging for me and the customer journey, and I talk about this a lot. I'm actually going to do a free webinar coming up on a lot of this, but the packaging is really where the customer experience is the biggest win. And I feel like a lot of companies are getting away from packaging because they're doing 3PLs or they're doing Amazon or stuff like that. So you get it, it's just in a random box. When the Amazon box shows up, you look at it and you're like, I don't even know what that is. Like, it's a random Amazon package. So it's losing its novelty. And I always want to make that bigger, right? We put so much effort into the apparel that I want the first experience to be prompted by a great opening experience. And I think you should look into that. But that being said, I think a lot of people go overboard with it. I gotta take this. What's up, buddy? Yikes. That was an interesting phone call. So I'm gonna wrap this video here based on that phone call. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you tomorrow because I'm a daily vlogger.